again, I mean, that was really, you know, obviously I find it kind of amusing, but it was also pretty undermining professionally to be told that all of the things that you work hard for, that you believe in, all of the things that you're trying to do as a journalist and an activist, actually none of them mean anything because you're only put there because you're a sort of silly girl, basically. And again, it just shows that if you go out there and you say something that the Daily Mail doesn't like, or if you just are something that the Daily Mail doesn't like if you're trans, if you're female, if you're not white, then they just think that your fair game, your whole life, is theirs for the taking. And what really
This is what the Mail hates. NHS welfare state. This is what the Mail hates. NHS welfare state. This is what the Mail hates. NHS welfare state. This is what the Mail hates. NHS welfare state. This is what the Mail hates. NHS welfare state. This is what the Mail hates. NHS welfare state. This is what the Mail
for a couple of hours through this protest, but just to kick us off, I'd like to welcome Sean Taylor, a fantastic singer and songwriter. Please give him a massive welcome, Sean Taylor.
Hello, brothers and sisters. The song is called Stand Up. It's great to be here. They're rising on the sea. We ain't never felt what it meant to be free. Bankers wanna rob us, politicians wanna lie. You get burned, then you act surprised. Stand up, stand up. March for freedom, march for your rights. By any means necessary, gonna stand up and fight. When the rich get rich.
It's hard to take lessons about vegetarianism from Hannibal Lecter. This is a paper with a long history, of course, of bile, of venom, and of hatred. This was a paper when Ralph Miliband was out there, a Jewish immigrant who fled the Holocaust, who fought for this country against the Nazis, whilst this paper here backed the black shirts and Hitler's genocidal regime, one of the greatest threats to the people of this country in its entire history. You'd think you're going to start dredging up people's past. The last paper in this country to get away with it would be the Daily Mail. And there we have it, and there we have it. But this is it, we're not here just, of course, Ralph Miliband. We were all pretty angry about that, I think it's fair to say. We're all angry about that, and the polls today show we're on the side of public opinion. It showed that not only do the overwhelming majority want an apology, even Conservative and UKIP voters want an apology. They've alienated everybody. But it's not just about that. It's about the fact this newspaper has led a vicious campaign of hatred against pretty much everybody in the country. They have demonised and attacked public sector workers, from nurses to teachers, the pillars of this society. They have sent bile against women, all women. Doesn't matter if you're a single mum or a mother who works. Against LGBT people. This was the paper that smeared the dead gay pop star Stephen Gately. This This newspaper smears immigrants, it smears travellers, it smears huge sections of this country, and then it goes on about hatred. Well, friends, the cheek of this newspaper is beyond belief. And that's what today's about. This is a show of cheerful defiance by all the people hated by the Daily Mail, LGBT, women, people from immigrant backgrounds, public sector workers, the biggest democratic movement in this country. And we've got one message. Enough is enough. Stop your campaign of hatred, bile and venom. Now, friends, let's be honest, though, about what's also going on. It's not just the Daily Mail, not to let them off the hook or anything. But the reality is this. We have a campaign ever since this crisis began, ever since those at the top plunged this country into the mess it now exists in, to turn people's anger at their ever-falling living standards away from those responsible to their neighbours, to turn people against unemployed people, as this newspaper does, to turn people against immigrants, to turn people against public sector workers, to say that I've been mugged so my less deserving neighbour should be mugged as well. And in the run-up to this election, if it's got pretty dirty now, and we've seen how dirty it's got, how vicious, how full of hatred will this paper be in the run-up to that election? It will be a dirty, vicious campaign indeed. And that's why we've got to speak out. We've got to speak out, partly out of pride, partly to show if you're going to throw hatred at us, we are going to stand up for ourselves and stand up with conviction and with pride. But also to say we're not going to stand back and just let you demonise and spread lies and spread myths. It's not an attack on the freedom of the press. We're not saying they should be banned from this utter nonsense, but we have the right to express ourselves in defiance when they spread these lies and their myths. So friends, thank you so much for turning out. You speak on behalf of millions of people who are disgusted by this newspaper and its behaviour, but you speak up for decency, you speak up for all the millions who've been demonised and smeared, and let's go out there, let's spread a message of solidarity, of pride, of love for each other, without being turned against each other by this vicious rag. Keep campaigning solidarity.
Thanks, Owen. Now, next up, I'm very pleased to have this person here. She's at the